Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today is Wednesday, February 11th. We're 2 days away from opening day. Baseball season is right around the corner. We've had a ton of baseball conversation for you the last couple weeks. It is not going to stop today. It's going to continue today. Coach Jay Johnson coming on the show here in a few minutes to answer some of our questions. It's Wednesday, so it's Ask Mikey and Mitch. Mitch is currently at the Houston Rockets basketball game. So we called in a pinch hitter, friend of the show. Pinch hit. First person off the bench, always.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, let's go.
Chris Mik'd, also national champion.
That's right.
One time though, just in baseball, not football. Was a high school football quarterback, just like Jay Mitch was.
Better than Jay Mitch.
Hey, Mikie was much CTV in Alexandria.
I bet.
As an athlete.
We have a lot to talk about. Obviously, we're excited about having Jay on. We're excited to talk LSU baseball. We're excited to have Ask Mikey Mitch. Throw your questions in the chat. There's a lot of conversation around what this team is going to look like. There's a lot of hype around how good this team could potentially be. There has been a lot of conversation about them being potentially more talented than they were last year. All of those things could be true. I believe the talent level is there. Obviously, they are super deep. They have almost a too deep depth chart. You have 9 guys that are going to start, and you have another 9 guys on the bench that could potentially start at any other school in the country. Coach Jay Johnson's got the opportunity to mix and match like he likes to do. He also has this innate ability of getting everybody at bats. It feels like everybody has 150 at bats every year, which I don't know how that's possible, but he ends up doing that. And everybody gets the experiences and allows themselves, the young guys allow themselves to be ready for the next year and allows them opportunities to go out and shine and become a guy that maybe someone wasn't expecting to perform as well as they did. So we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, rotation is going to be new. You have you're going to have 3 new starters in the rotation compared to what you had last year. You lose 2 aces.
Hold on. This is going to catch me every time. Give me a second.
Aces.
Hey. Echo.
There's no way for me to catch it before. Okay,
there you go.
So we're back.
Lloyd.
You got to replace 2 aces, but you have obviously a ton of talent in the rotation, a ton of talent in the staff. Casey Evans seems that he's going to seemingly slot over into the weekend rotation, presumably as the Friday night guy. And then obviously you have 2 other slots that we're going to talk to Coach Jay Johnson about. He's probably not going to give us who the starters are, but I'd imagine he knows who's going to start over the weekend. He has 4 games in a row, so there's going to be a lot of opportunity for guys to go out there and get innings and make their name known and presence felt. But without me talking, I'd rather ask him all of the questions. I'm sure he's getting ready obviously he's excited for the weekend. We're not going to talk to him about Milwaukee because I know Wednesdays are the day that he locks it in as far as scouting goes, and he's been doing interviews all day. We appreciate him coming join us as he does almost every week during the baseball season. Coach, welcome back to the show. We have Chris Mik'd pinch hitting for Jared Mitchell, so don't expect all those – because Jared always gives you great questions. You always give him hey, that's a really good question. I get a little jealous sometimes, so I'm going to work on it really hard trying to get you good questions. So we got Chris Mik'd joining us. Obviously, your best friend Lloyd is here in the corner with I'm sure he's got some great questions on deck. But, Coach, obviously opening day is 2 days away. It's your – 5th season, right? 5th season. Is it 5?
Goes fast.
That's 5 seasons. It goes by fast. 5th season at LSU. Obviously, it's your 5th opening day. I'd imagine the feeling, the anticipation leading up to opening day doesn't ever go away. It's an exciting feeling leading up that way and getting to Friday. How has, you have a lot of new guys, a lot of transfers as college baseball and college sports is now. How have you been able to, keep those emotions in check and kind of get these guys prepared for, opening day on Friday in the box?
Yeah, good to be on with you guys again, and excited. I think the time that I'm not excited for opening day, I'll probably know that I probably shouldn't be coaching anymore, and that's not remotely close to the case. So I'm excited. Players are excited. I think we'd have a mutiny on our hands if I made them inter-squad this weekend coming up again. So thank God it's opening day. And, as far as opening day, kind of the messaging is the problem with it is everybody's always trying to do too much.
Right.
Hit the ball 500 feet, throw 100 miles an hour. So we just really try to get them. It's the first opportunity to just default to how you've been trained. And we practice a lot, which is why it's important that opening day is here. But just try to get them to enjoy it, compete. It's a chance to win a game. Yeah. It's a lot of practice, and you finally get a chance to, put a skin on the wall. And just really excited, and the players are ready.
Coach, you have obviously a lot of new guys, a lot of new faces. We've talked about that over the last few weeks. But, you replaced two aces. You replaced Cade Anderson, you replaced Anthony Heinsohn in the rotation. I would assume that Kason Evans is going to slide over into one of those rotation spots, but you have two other spots to fill. You also have a rotation and a pitching staff full of talented guys that are extremely capable of filling in those spots. I'm not going to ask you who's going to be in the rotation. That's not fair. That's not what I want to know. But I would imagine you kind of know who's probably going to start over the course of these next 3 or 4 games. But with the other guys that are trying to compete and trying to make a name for themselves and trying to make an impression, how do you navigate, having a weekend rotation that potentially could go and be the weekend rotation on Friday could be the weekend. This weekend could be the weekend rotation all year. How do you navigate having that and also having other guys being able to have their opportunity to where maybe they end up stepping up and becoming a guy later on in the year?
Yeah, a lot to that. I am excited about how we can set the pitching staff up. And I think, we've talked about it for the 4 years I've been here. To me, the bullpen is more important than the starting rotation. You win. Your season is determined by how you play in close games against the best teams, and those games are always decided by your bullpen. And so, to me, it's kind of like a badge of honor to have the opportunity to finish games here. Yeah. And to me, what Cade and Anthony, as you mentioned, did last year is remarkable. I mean, remarkable. Two of the top 5 pitchers I've had in my career. As a head coach type seasons. But every time I think about last year's championship, I'll think about, the way Kason Evans and Zach Cowan, and ultimately Chase Shores at the end finished games for us. So we like the flexibility. Might change next weekend, depending on the types of teams that we play and tournament play, and have not looked at those teams yet. But we do have some flexibility where we can match up a little bit over the course of the game. I think the emergence of a couple of the left-handers out of the pen helps us out, and there's all different types of righties like we can go to. So I think you're going to see a lot of high appearance type guys, for us on this pitching staff, and in short spurts they're really hard to hit. So I'm excited about that.
Coach, I think I've asked you this question before in years past, but you have a unique scheduling. Something obviously when I was here we never did it. You have a lot of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday series, right? Whether it's a round robin in a couple weeks where you have 2 different teams, or you have a 3-game series, then you have a 1-off game on Monday. Is that something that's intentional? And if it is, what is something that you like? Why is that something that you like to do? Is there some strategy behind it, or is it just, hey, we can get as many games in a row early on and get these guys in rhythm as fast as we can?
It depends on what you have going on. I want to play 56 if we can.
Right.
Like, you guys players, you want to play games.
Right.
And so that's a little more challenging than it sounds and seems. Definitely more challenging for me. We didn't even have a Pac-12 tournament when I was a coach at Arizona, so we had 1 more week to fit 4 more games in. But this one in particular was just the opportunity to play Kent State. That's a gold mine RPI game. They won 38 games last year. They were MAC champions. They're going to play a good schedule. I think they're the preseason favorite in that league. They're going to go get a bunch of wins. So that was literally the opportunity just to play them. And really the same thing. We had Dartmouth scheduled for a series, but Northeastern approached us. They were 47-9 last year. So again, you can't play a better team than that to help your RPI. So that's the rollover, the next rollover to Monday, I believe. So it really just had to do with getting those 2 opponents on the schedule. And you don't necessarily need it in the SEC, but we have a lot of new players, and I want them exposed to tough games, and I like our schedule a lot. You got those two teams. You got Creighton, who was an NCAA regional final team last year on a Tuesday. Tournament down in Jacksonville. So we got a good Sacramento State's always good. So this is a good schedule. It was kind of honestly the opportunity to play those two teams because they're gold for the RPI.
Man, that's really cool to hear, Coach, thinking about that schedule. One question I wanted to ask you, in all the seasons, I can remember back, there's always a guy that maybe at the beginning doesn't start at the front line. I think about when we were here, it was Mikie Mahtook. Didn't really play a lot as a freshman early on, but then was a key part at the international championship. Even your team last year, not just position players, but a guy like Cooper Williams comes on at the end and pitches in some big games and, wasn't really a frontline guy at the beginning. Is there a guy or two or six, who knows, that comes to mind when you think about, man, maybe he won't be a frontline guy, that everybody's talking about? You might even think they're frontline today, but might emerge at some point that maybe no one's talking about.
Yeah, great observation. And first off, that
Thanks, Coach.
story you just gave was that's part of our DNA as a program. And going back to 2023, trying to set up a roadmap for that team, it was hey, I can only play 9, you know what I mean? And we're really only going to pitch about 10 in significant roles. We have more good players than that. And I actually went through the history of the program. Warren Morris redshirted on the 1993 national championship team. Well, he's one of the most famous players in program history.
Right.
Good thing he didn't transfer.
Alexandria.
A-Town.
Yeah, Alexandria guy.
Start recruiting there.
He did. They just got a guy.
Yeah, I know.
They got a pitcher.
And then you got Mikie and Austin played in the big leagues, and they weren't starters on that 09 team.
That's right.
At the beginning. Kurt Ainsworth, major league pitcher, he redshirted here and was a role guy. And then in 23, a guy like Jared Jones started most of the year, then we went the other way and he came out at the end. But he didn't transfer, and he's actually leaving as probably having one of the best 3-year careers of anybody that's ever played here.
Yep.
And a huge reason why we won the championship. So I know that wasn't your question, but
it was. That's good. Yeah.
Brought up is that's part of our DNA as a team and as a program, and we talked through that. And what was really cool is hey man, we don't have to look way back. We got guys in this room that did that last year.
That's good.
On a championship team, and then can provide that. And I have a really good, I think it always starts in a good place, but we have a really good understanding of that as a team. Potential guys, I would just tell you there's probably 12 to 13 players positionally that are probably still competing to be an everyday player, I guess.
Sure.
So that means
it's hard to name a guy you don't want to, because they might be frontline tomorrow. That's right. I hear that.
There's going to be some in and out. I mean, depending on what happens with who we're facing opening day, the lineup could go a couple different ways. Yeah. So I think that will play itself out. I look at guys like Seth Dardar and Braden Simpson. I mean, those guys were the marquee players in their lineup, and they're in a little bit of a platoon type situation, or part of that 12, I should say.
Sure.
And we make it to the point where both of them are in the lineup every day. Yep. And that's totally feasible. But for right now, they're going to play a role, if you will. Omar Cerna is going to be a massive star here, but he's probably the backup right now to Cade Arrambide, who, in my opinion, is one of the best players on our team. But Omar, may force his way in there too, along with Cade. It's feasible that both of those guys could be in the lineup at the same time. Mason Braun is probably the best hitter on the team right now, if you're just going off of, the 3 weeks of scrimmages. So, he's obviously going to be part of that mix as well. So I think there's a lot of that on the position player side. On the pitching, I don't even know where to start, because I don't know the big difference between whoever's number 1 and whoever's number 10, 11, or 12.
Wow.
Which is good.
That's pretty cool.
The rotation thing, is a starting point. I do think all of those guys can stick very much last year. And then where we can go from there, though, is really going to help us. When you talk about, on a Monday you have Kent State, on a Monday you have Northeastern,
Right.
on a Tuesday you have Creighton, on a Wednesday you
Right.
have ULL, on a Tuesday you have McNeese. Like
Great
that
point.
fourth, fifth starter spot are going to be really critical to our success early in the season.
Yeah, and Coach, you talk about the lineup, right? And there's, you mentioned a bunch of stuff there, and I have a bunch of questions I want to go, but I'm going to try to narrow it down to this. We had Zack York on the show earlier this week. Awesome kid, comes in there, super great personality. But he was telling us a story about how when I asked him what made him choose LSU, he told us a story about how he had built a relationship with you when you were recruiting his brother, and he goes to GCU and has a great career there. And he said he was committed to the draft, and he decided to, once it didn't work out, he decided to put his name in the portal late. You called him. He ends up coming here. You've obviously had a relationship. You knew what kind of player he was. He fits your offensive prototype player to a T, right? Walks more than he strikes out, always has professional at-bats, hits the ball from gap to gap, can drive the ball to the ballpark, but it's not just a homer or bust. My question is, when he got on campus and when you got to be around him every day, is there something that he has done that's maybe surprised you, that's something that you maybe didn't foresee him being as good as he is doing, or is this as he is as advertised?
Yeah, good question. I think that he's a better defensive first baseman than I probably would have guessed. He handles the spot really, really well over there, and he's an exceptional leader already. And I kind of told those guys like him, like Cooper Moore, Braden Simpson, don't kind of casually step into this thing. You only have 9.5, 10 months here. Mm-hmm. Use your experience, step right into it and go for it. And so probably just how well he's fit into the team. Small things I appreciate. I don't ever go into a place to pick up food here anymore, but I did. 2 weeks ago, I went into Chipotle, the new Chipotle.
Nice.
And grabbed a lunch, and then it was, Chris Stanfield, Zack York, Trent Caraway just sitting there having a burrito or a burrito bowl.
Yep.
And I was like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
These guys are all great friends already, and I think he's providing good leadership, and he's fit into the team incredibly well, which is not a surprise. Comes from a great family, obviously, and it's just been impressive how he's assimilated really well.
Coach, I just got to know, you go in that Chipotle, did someone stop you? Did when people want to take a picture, did you make it out without getting noticed? That's amazing.
Meal paid for?
Well,
yeah, what happened
it's
there?
It's pretty close to my house, and I didn't even know it was open, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I saw, I was like, oh, it looks like there's some cars there. I'm going to go in there. And no, it was just us four in there.
Nice. There you go. There you go.
New baseball hangout.
The person making my burrito bowl didn't
No idea.
Not calling.
So humbling.
They didn't stop and ask who was going to hit cleanup.
That's good. That's refreshing.
I was about to say that probably.
But
Probably was good.
What you mentioned about all the players hanging out, that's exactly what Zach had told us about. When he got here, he said the first person that called him was Jake Brown, and they're all hanging out. They hang out pretty regularly, which obviously is super important. We've talked about that a lot over the course of the last 4 or 5 years on winning teams and teams that maybe weren't as good as they maybe could have been, and that matters, right? The other thing that Zach talked about was, he brings a lot of personality. He said his mission when he got here was to make you laugh, and he said he's succeeded in that a few times. So, he made a comment about, I guess you had said something about athleticism. He goes, yeah, hell yeah. And you were like, no, you're faster than, you're more athletic than you give credit for.
I'm like, short.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm just trying to lighten the mood. So he seems like he's a great addition to the clubhouse.
Yeah, no doubt. I think we were talking about who's the faster than you think guy. And he raised his hand, and I was like, I want to see it. I'm ready. Go first to home on the double, big man. Do it.
Yeah. Lloyd, you got one?
Well, Coach, when I went to the scrimmage, I saw him try to swipe a bag. He got gunned down at second, but he's not afraid to pick him up and put him down.
Hey, you know what? That was great instincts play. So there's 2 outs.
Dirt read.
On first base, ball and dirt read. And, he was gone before it hit. And if we're going to risk it, that's the time to risk it. So no problem right there. And he'll get one before the year's over.
Hell yes.
He told us to. He said he was.
Yeah, also want to see him bat leadoff, but that's just me. You'll make your own decisions. I've seen you do it before.
We've seen it before.
That's right.
That was Lloyd's point. That was the biggest game of the year. We saw it.
Yeah.
It's on the table.
That's
I will
it.
tell you, it's on the table.
Love that.
So.
But when you talked about kind of the litany of guys you have on the roster, whether it be pitching or offensively, defensively, when you say you have 12 to 15 guys that can play, has that conversation, whenever it's in the transfer portal or recruiting, has that gotten easier for you to be able to kind of handle because of the success you've had at LSU, because of the way that it's worked, where you have guys that play maybe platoon, as you put it? Like, does that become easier? Because everybody wants to play. But when it becomes, hey, I have a specific role for you that's set up for you to succeed, has that conversation become easier over the years?
Yeah, it has. And actually, we had a cool deal happen the other night, kind of organically. Like, we went over to the Guitros for the big steak dinner.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like doing this forever. It's a great night. It's like one of my favorite nights of the year. And Miss Janice, like, on all her 25 TVs in her house, like, she puts on like a different College World Series game. And so there was like 7 of us. We were just kind of sitting there watching the first game of the World Series against Arkansas and just kind of talking about it as it was happening. And I'd forgotten in that game, I pinch hit for Ethan Fry. I pinch hit Jake Brown. Well, in my opinion, Ethan Fry was probably the best player on our team last year. You know, it's for sure the back half of the season. And I was like, God, I just pinch hit for a guy that got $1 million. Like, so if that's on the table, like, all you guys can get like dialed in with how we roll here. And but no, I feel like they all have a pretty good understanding. And I think one thing I'm optimistic about is I think we have really good self-awareness in the players on this year's team, and I think they know what we need to do and they're bought into it. And when you have good player leadership, you know, Jake Brown, you know, Steven has really stepped up, you know, on the field in that regard. I'm not worried about that at all. And they also know it's an open door deal. You know, like I want them all to want to be the best player on the team. You have to have that, like, to be a great competitor. Just got to handle your business like a man, and doors always open here. And we try to over communicate too. Like this week I have a 5 to 10 minute meeting with every player on the team of like, hey, here's where we're at today. This is how we're starting out. This is what's in front of you. And those meetings were really, really positive.
Coach, I'm sure you've answered this question a million times. I don't watch every interview, but I got a vested don't me like that. Got a vested interest in this kid because I've coached him for a season. But William Schmidt, I saw the other day, he pitched in the scrimmage, and I think he had 5 innings, 11 strikeouts,
9 straight.
Yeah, who knows if all the stats are real or not. But I wanted to just ask you about his maturation and what you've seen for him coming back here in the spring and you know, difference from last year to this year.
Yeah, he's doing great. That was a great outing, and we're doing things very methodically with him. So a little background: the previous week, you know, I set up the pitch plan for him, and I'm not the pitching coach, but I was like, "This is what you're going to do," because I felt like we needed to develop a little bit of the arsenal in a certain way. And I actually thought he did fine in that outing. He walked a few more guys because, you know, I took some weapons away from him, if you will.
Yeah.
There was no get out of jail free cards. And it was very insightful for me. And then this last week, we kind of pivoted a little bit, and we really feel like we have things honed down in terms of how he's going to attack.
Yeah, that's cool.
And and then there was a lot of preparation just into that outing, and I think obviously everybody saw the execution and the results, and I think we found a good blueprint of the arsenal, but more importantly than the arsenal, like some things he needs to elevate in terms of how to prepare, or maybe as coaches how we need to elevate to help him prepare. And I feel like we hit a good sweet spot on that. Doesn't mean it'll be perfect, but I think he's in a pretty good spot to get this thing rolling right now.
So cool.
Coach, we talk about how talented the staff is, which obviously it is, and that's, there's no question about that. But, you know, and a lot of people talk about Cade Arrambide and his development and what does he look like compared to this year, compared to last year. And, you know, for me, I'm not so much worried about the physical side of it. He's extremely talented. arguably the most talented player on the team. So I'm not worried about him getting better, obviously, physically, right? That's going to happen just because how good he is. But as a catcher and being the guy, being basically the quarterback of the staff, there's so much more than just receiving and blocking and hitting. There's a lot more of just you have to be a calming presence to the staff. You have to understand when to slow the game down, when to speed the game up, understand who's on the mound, who's, how you talk to them, all those types of things. And there's a lot of nuance to the position. Have you seen him develop in that regard? The physical stuff I'm not worried about. I think that's gonna come because he's super talented. But the other side is really what kind of takes the catchers to the next level. Have you seen him develop in that regard?
Yeah, big time. And I think the reason he's developed as a player is because he's done what you just said. I mean, in the fall, the game looked like it was at a crawl for him, both mentally and physically. And then in the spring, kind of the same. We haven't had him catch quite as much. It's almost like, quarterback in the preseason. Like you play the number of snaps that are needed, and that's kind of what we did there. I think all the pitchers are excited to throw to him. He has as many physical tools as you can have and actually still show up in college, So that part, you're right, is there. But I've been more impressed at the professionalism of the at-bats, the instinctual play behind the plate, ability to block, receiving's great. And both him and Omar have absolute, for lack of a better word, cannons of throwing arms. And so it's like impressive. Like we did first and third defense today, and it's like, please run your trick play right now with either guys behind the plate, because you're out. And so I'm excited about Cade. And, he did a great job for us last year, man. The best game last year's team probably played was the Saturday night game here against Arkansas. And he caught that game, caught Anthony, and I hit a homer the opposite way. I think he had 3 hits and caught a masterpiece, one of Anthony's masterpieces. And, he did a really good job. And, played in a regional, played in the super regional. And it's not a surprise to me. Like, he'll catch most of the time. Obviously can't catch every game because we need him to be a good offensive player. And Omar's a great player too. And he's had a good last couple games as well. And going to start pushing for some at-bats, and we're excited about that as well.
Coach, as we wind down here, man, I saw your note that you put out excusing everybody from work and all of that. I'm sure you wrote that on a piece of paper and then handed that to someone. That's how that works. But in all seriousness, it made me think about the I think now tradition that you've been here. They're having the 2 o'clock.
People were not happy when you started.
God, they hated that,
and now they get a day off work.
No, but it's so good.
It's
like I just remember so many games being so cold. I'm guessing that's a lot of it. Like you don't want to be in the weather in that first game. Maybe you've been asked this a million times, but can you talk a little bit more about just having that game at 2 o'clock, the first start, and what your thoughts are on that? It's been great, by the way. Who cares what people were saying?
No, they've learned that he's the smartest man in the room.
Right.
I know what I'm doing.
They start listening to him.
Exactly.
They go, oh, he's
2 national championships. We can play at 2 o'clock.
That's right. We'll let you answer now.
Yeah. Hey, if I knew it was going to be like today, sign me up for 6:30.
Right. Sure. Right.
Nothing like a night game at the box, but with the unpredictability of things, and let's roll through these names here for a second. Paul Skeens, Luke Holman, Cade Anderson, and then another great pitcher. Will pitch the first game on Friday. I don't want those guys throwing in 31-degree weather if they don't have. And I mean, so much so, like we moved our scrimmages too. This isn't just like an opening day thing. Like we literally had our start times on the exact warmest part of the day because I want to keep those guys healthy. Like what we did in 23 to win the national championship with 4 significant pitching injuries, 3 of them for sure are going to pitch in the major leagues, and maybe all 4 of them. You don't do that. Like that doesn't happen. Like that was only because it was like the greatest team of all time. We need to keep these guys healthy, and my job first and foremost is to do what's in the best interest of the players in the program. And this is just a small thing to do that. Now, if we had some weather on Saturday, but Friday is going to be good, we'll play a doubleheader and do that. So it's just more of like what's best for the players right now. And I get it. I want as many people to show up as they possibly can. And
They will,
you know,
Coach.
what's funny is, like the opening day crowds even in the day games have been awesome, and to no surprise with our fans, they're amazing.
Coach, speaking from a player's point of view, I absolutely love that. Like, if it's about the players. Like, hey, what's going to be more comfortable for y'all? What's going to make y'all play better? I'm all on board for that.
You keep putting those numbers on the Intimidator. They show up.
You do whatever you want. You keep winning the natty.
You play at 8 a.m. They'll show up.
Yeah, you keep doing whatever you want to do. Coach, I appreciate it. I'm not going to keep you much longer. We appreciate you coming on always, and good luck this weekend. I'll be there on Friday, and looking forward to having you throughout the course of the year. We're not going to have you next week because y'all got you're scheduled it to where we can't have any of y'all on next week.
That
It's
was
fine.
on purpose, right?
That was on purpose, I'm sure.
Somebody
Can't have you on
focused
Monday,
up.
Wednesday. Yeah, that's fine. I get it. We'll have you on that week after that whenever you get some more time. We appreciate it.
I'm glad you let Coach know you'll be at the game. I'm sure he'll be looking for
Yeah,
you.
Well, yeah, we talked about the Friday night starter or the Friday starter. You're looking at him.
Well, no, that's not me. That's not me. I got someone else to throw out the first pitch. I'm just the pinch. I'm just coming out the bullpen.
Wave at Mikey when you see him, Coach.
Yeah, you may see me.
You're throwing out the first pitch?
You may see me on the field. So it's Visit Baton Rouge is the president of Visit Baton Rouge. My mother-in-law works there, and she is throwing out the first pitch, and she's not comfortable throwing it out, and asked if I would just be out there with her and throw it. So I said, yeah, I'd be there with her. So
he's throwing out the first pitch. There we
Send me
go.
out
He
there.
will be there.
yeah,
Why did it take so long? That's a miss on somebody's part.
I don't know, but I'm here. I did it. Now I'm a little nervous. I hadn't thrown a baseball in 3 years, so I gotta
I thought you were just saying
so-
you were going to be at the game. I did not.
I am
know
gonna be
you-
at the game.
I
I'm
know,
doing
but
that
I
too.
did not know you were
There you
throwing
go.
out the first pitch.
There you
That's
go.
awesome.
Hey, like seriously, if you're nervous, don't go all the way to the mound.
No, I'm not
Just-
nervous. I'm not.
Oh, he's going to the mound.
I'm not nervous.
Coach, I'm trying to get him to-
out
You're
there.
young enough. Go to the mound.
Yeah. And he was. I'm gonna throw it up there. I'm not. There's not. Look, me a little air underneath it. Just get it there. You know. That's all I'm
I've
doing.
seen Coach. Mikey needs to remind the people who he is.
No, he doesn't. He's on the hype video. I just saw it. You got that diving catch in center field. Like, this hype video is amazing. Like,
I love that. I can't wait.
Like, Hannah Erickson, like our new video person. Like, we got like the infield outfield songs, and then we got like the intro. Powerhouse
Oh,
and
love
call.
that.
Well, they're
Legit.
good.
Let's go.
Love that. Love that.
But anyways, one of them, you're like diving in center field and then giving a huge fist pump, and then it's like Dylan Cruz hitting a triple against Florida.
Oh, I love that. Let's go.
And then it's like Milam, like double relay against Kansas State to keep the game going last. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure Dardar hated that one.
He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Coach.
He's gonna hit a line drive and he'll be all right. He did a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, about 108 in his last at bat the other day.
I love that.
Just fine.
Love that.
Coach, he came on our morning show, and he right after he came.
I
on,
didn't realize he
homered.
graduated from Columbia in 2 years.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like anytime we're explaining something, and it's like, hey, the only guy that might understand this is Dardar.
Yeah.
He did come here to play school.
That's it. Coach, we appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your night, and good luck this weekend. And we'll see you next week or the week after, whenever we see you again.
Good seeing you, Coach.
Cool. All right, guys.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Yep.
All right, man.
Yep.
Coach Jay Johnson.
I know we say this all the time,
Yes, I know what you're going to say. Go.
but like, if you're just a fan watching, and you're thinking about why did he make a decision or why did he do this, it's not just he woke up and said, I'm going to do this, what I feel. There is so much thought and prep. I asked him the question about schedule. He's scheduling these guys because he understands that these guys are high-quality opponents, whether the name says it or not, their record are.
For the
he knows
RPI.
it. For the RPI.
Come on, dude.
For the RPI. He knows how important it is to host games in Baton Rouge in postseason. And SEC's hard. So if you can go ahead and put more good RPI games on your schedule early before the SEC, it gives you a little bit more of a leash.
He's just thinking about it more than anyone else that's saying whatever they want to say.
And then
I got no patience for when you all you do is watch him for 10 minutes.
correct.
He's just thinking about it, and that's all you want. Like, he's proven he's a good coach. I don't want anyone to say anything about the baseball program. Like, stop.
Right.
They could be 8-10 in the league at some point.
Correct.
Just shut up.
Because here's the deal.
He'll figure it out.
There's never, I don't care if he makes a decision and it's good or bad. As long as he makes the decision and there's an explanation, hey, this is why I did it, and I can get on board with that.
That's everybody.
Because not everything's going to work.
Yeah.
That's work.
But he's thinking about it at a super high level, even
Right.
when just the explanation of the games at 2 p.m.
Right.
It's like everybody's moaning about that, but come on.
And what else I loved, and you're gonna love this too, how he's approaching William Schmidt.
Yeah, that was so good.
How he said, you know what, I know what you do really good. I'm gonna handcuff you.
You heard what he was saying there. They must have said, hey, you don't throw any breaking balls. Like that.
Right.
That's what I heard him say is, hey,
Right.
that's the weapon and that's the get out of jail, and he can
can't
always
throw
can't throw that. You got to throw the other pitches.
I need
Can
you to
work?
develop the other, and I need you to figure out how are you gonna navigate an outing when the other ones
when
when
it
you don't
doesn't
have
work.
your stuff.
That's right.
How can you I can't have you crumble because you don't have your number 1 or number 2 pitch. I need you to figure out how to get out of it. That's development.
Did you hear what he? And it's more than that. It's leadership. Did you hear what he said? He said, well, he needs to figure out some stuff about how he prepares, and then like he couldn't get it out. The next thing was, and maybe us as coaches, maybe it's us.
Right.
Maybe we need to do a better job, and that's leadership. Instead of just saying, man, he should do better. So, well, man, what can we do to help the kid?
Correct.
And that's why they're doing a good job recruiting too. Like, why wouldn't you want to go play for that guy?
Correct.
He's not just going to throw the players on the bus and say they didn't do what they were supposed to do. He's
Correct.
thinking, what can I do next? That was just
Well, and the crazy
just
thing,
gold every time he talks, man. It's like, oh God, it's so good.
so what York was telling us on Monday was like because York's he's a career 330 hitter. He's had all his success, and he came in, and within 2 weeks, he had a plan on okay, this is what we think that you can do to make yourself even better, right? These are the routines and the things I need you to do every day in order to get to that level, and we're going to work on it together. And we're going to have a game plan, and we have a plan on how to get you there. It's a matter of you're going to commit to it, I'm going to commit to you, and we're going to go. And, like, that's gold,
Right.
right? Like, he's not trying to go out there and reinvent the wheel for everybody, but he's going to go, hey, here's a couple weeks. Let me assess you. We're not going to revamp it, but this is what you do well, and this is what you maybe don't do quite as well. Let's make you do everything well, and this is how we're going to get there.
Well, that's everybody doesn't do it, but that's what they're paying him to do.
Correct. That's good.
And he is doing it at the highest of levels.
Correct. And I'm not saying he's doing anything crazy. Like, I'm not saying he's the only one that does that. But like, it's just he has the guys. He gets the guys to buy in.
Yeah.
Which is
He
impressive.
might be the only one that's doing it as consistent as he's doing
you're right.
and doing all
He's the best
things.
coach in the country.
I think it's obvious.
It's not a debate.
But so here's what happens, and this is the scary part I think sometimes about LSU. You start to think about like, well, what can happen where they won't be good? They've got all this talent. The coach has obviously proven he's pretty good. Like they're gonna have a good season. But it scares me sometimes that what if they're 6-9 at some point in the league?
Right.
They can still win the national championship from there.
Right.
Because think about Ole Miss won it and they barely snuck in.
Think about LSU 2 years ago when they were 1 out away from the UNC regional. They were 3-13.
3-13
To start the season,
and
something
still could have
crazy.
won. But so case in point, in that year, you start hearing some of this negativity.
West
about-
Coast baseball.
Yes, and it's
I don't know if he's cut out for this.
it's crazy.
After a natty.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, but it'll happen again
Yeah.
if they go 6-9, which is insane. And that's the only reason why they won't at that point. Because what's different now than maybe it was even especially when we played, but even 10 years ago as much. You'd have to go looking for it sometimes. You have to go on Tiger Drop-ins to go see it.
Yep.
Paul would.
Now, relax. But now you if you pick up your phone during the baseball season, it's in your face.
Correct.
I mean, people can message you. It's all. So the negativity,
doubt.
and then you go to the ballpark because I sit up there in the stands,
dude.
and the ball bounces wrong one way, and people are moaning.
Right.
And it's like, no, just
The guy takes one pitch for a strike, and he's like, he can't hit.
yeah, and Jay, take him out. What are you waiting so long to take? And people, and I wish that at this point, just everybody shut up as long as Jay Johnson's the coach.
Right.
Just believe
He's earned that.
He's earned that we can win the national championship. I don't care if we go 3-13.
Right.
They could turn it around. He's going to be good. He's doing it as best he could. Let's just root the team on and let
Correct.
it play out.
Let it play out.
Like, but we're bad at that, man. Like,
Oh
the
my
fan
God, the
base.
worst in the country.
It really feels
It's
that way sometimes.
unbelievable.
No
Good
doubt.
God.
You press the panic button after week 2. Oh my God. I'm like, hey, Like this baseball's a long season. And it's a rhythm game. Like you've got to get in a rhythm. You've got to have at bats. You have to have innings. Like the more you play, the better you get. Like let's just let this thing play.
Yeah, they're 15 games in, and they're 12-3, and it's like, oh, I can't believe they didn't sweep everybody. And it's like, oh, hold up.
Do you remember that was 2023? They're like, they can't. They won 2 of 3 every series, and there he is.
Whoa.
And then
I thought he came back on.
No, I mean he would. I didn't need to. We're doing.
He might came back. Yeah. Hey guys, you all right?
Yeah, but it's the like, oh, they won 2 of 3. They're winning every series they play in the SEC. It's like, well, why can't they sweep? And it's like, buddy,
sweeps are hard.
Sweeps are hard.
Go look at Major League Baseball.
They're supposed to go 50-60.
The worst teams in the
56-0.
The worst team in baseball, Major League Baseball, may win 50 games, 40 games. They're beating 40 teams.
Right.
So like, it's hard to win every game in baseball. It's hard to.
It's
sweep
impossible.
Oh well, we know that. We're just asking to go 50-6. You know,
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
get out of here.
No, I can't lose to them.
Yeah,
like
you can't lose to them.
When he lost
Right.
to the last year, lose to Northwestern State 18-0, and it's like, this team's not going anywhere.
They lost to Northwestern State 18-0.
Mm-hmm. They got 10-run ruled on
Is that the
Northwestern
real
State.
score?
yeah, that was. I forgot.
That happened?
Yeah. See,
Where?
What do you mean where?
Was it at the box or?
No, yeah, they went to Natchitoches.
But they have done that before.
We've done
They've
that.
done that before.
No, that was in
It
the
was
box.
at the box?
Yeah.
They went to Nichols last year.
Yeah, that's different. Well, yeah, remember
So
Bear
Bear
Jones was.
he was pissing in the porta
That's
potty.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
They should
You
have
came on that show.
They should have fired him after that. Then.
Yeah.
That's right. I came on. No, but exactly, dude. It's like, who cares? Like, move on.
Yeah, 18-0 against like it's just baseball. Sometimes you're gonna get baseball.
Northwestern State. Got some good
Sometimes
players.
you're gonna get baseball.
Yeah.
All right, ask Mikey and Mitch.
Send me a letter.
Do we have
That's how good they are.
Do we have any questions?
Oh, let's check Twitter.
Yeah. Let's check it.
Yeah.
See all the negativity on there.
Check the till.
Who's gonna be in the starting lineup? Who's gonna be
Oh,
the
yeah, I love
rotation?
that.
Well,
Yeah.
he just
Maybe
he
McGee
announced.
will
He announced. Case Evans is gonna be the Friday night
He
starter.
did not.
Yes, he did.
He
No, he didn't.
deflected it. He
He
said a very
deflected.
good
He
pitcher.
said a very good pitcher would be out there.
It could be anybody.
He did not say Casey Evans. He actually said that
He was about to say it.
He literally
just
said
didn't say it.
there'll be another great guy out there Friday. He
I thought he said Kaysen. I
no.
thought he said that after he mentioned Kaysen.
He named all those guys, and
We're
then he
gonna run it
said,
back.
and then there will be another good
We're
player.
gonna run
And that was
that.
like an obvious. Hey, I'm not going to tell you who's going to be out
We're
there.
gonna
But
run-
but if you could read the tea leaves.
We're gonna run the
Man,
tape
I
back
feel like
after.
he said that Schmidt was going to be out there.
I think here's if we're gonna talk about it, who I think the rotation is gonna be to start this weekend. I think it's gonna be Case Evans on Friday. I think you're going to have Schmidt on Sunday, and I think you're going to have Cooper Moore on Saturday. The Cooper Moore is a transfer from Kansas. And they say he's
pitched a lot.
5 pitches, and he throws it anywhere he wants, whenever he wants.
Well, it's just
I think he's going to open this.
when he says, "Well, I mean, I like that," and if Schmidt doesn't pitch on Sunday, then he's the starter on Monday.
Correct.
Got to be.
Correct.
Because just the way he described how they worked with him.
Yep.
And then obviously he pitched 5 innings and let him go deep. And it sounded even more like now hearing him talk about it, they had a plan for that. They were planning to get him a little bit longer, ramping him up.
Well, the thing with him is he's a starting pitcher. Like you don't see him. You saw him try to come out the pen a little bit.
And I think that
year.
was why he wasn't as good.
Right. And I think they're like, this is what you do. We're gonna.
Right.
This is the new plan. Like
Yep.
we're gonna treat you as such. We're not experimenting with the bullpen.
I mean, you see some guys that can
Starters.
do both. Like Case Evans can do both.
Yeah.
But you see guys like you are a starter. Anthony Ronaldo was a starter.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Lewis Coleman could do both.
Yep.
But, like, you have guys that are just, this is who they are. They're starters. Kevin Gosman could do both if you needed him to do both, right?
Ianson did both last year, a little bit.
Ianson could do both. But you have guys that are just starters. That's it, and that's what he is.
Yeah. I'm going to say this, and then they'll probably go 25-5 in the league. But because they've got the new guys on the bump, that's what makes me think like it's okay if they start 6-9.
Correct.
Because those guys got to learn how to pitch in the league, I think, too. Even so, the guy from Kansas is great, but he didn't pitch in this league.
Yep.
Schmidt hadn't pitched in this league. Like, it's okay if he has a couple rough
Right.
starts. Evans, man, pitched a lot last year.
Never in
but
this
wasn't
role.
Wasn't a Friday night starter in this league. Wasn't a starter in this league.
Right.
So you're literally going out there, and then you got to think even coming out of the bullpen, you got Cowan that pitched a lot.
Jaden Newt.
Yeah, pitched some, right?
Yeah.
Maverick Rizzi.
Rizzi, but not really.
Yeah, he's
like
the
not
closer probably.
not in the game that really mattered against Florida and getting the guys out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just don't have a lot of guys that you've counted on besides Evans that have pitched meaningful innings
Correct.
in the SEC,
Well, and-
there might be a little rough spot,
100%.
and that's okay.
And that's what we talked about yesterday, right? Or Monday was like, hey, I am interested to see how quickly the staff, whoever it is, rotation, the staff, gets comfortable in their role and gets comfortable in what they are trying to do,
Yep.
right? Like, they're all talented. You can be as talented as you want. You have to get comfortable in what they have you doing, the role that they want you to do, because all these guys have come in. None of these guys get drafted, get recruited out of high school
You're going to be on the fifth.
to be a reliever. They all are starters in high school, right? So, like, you know, and maybe they're starters at the college they were at, right? Or maybe they came in wanting to be a starter, and maybe there's no room. They only have 3 starts
It's
for the
only 3
weekend.
starters.
So, like,
Well, you start think
figure
about
out the
before
role.
you even get the transfers in there from last year. You think about, all right, what's coming back, and you go, man, if you could roll out Evans, Schmidt, and what's the lefty, Cooper Williams. If
You were
because
fine with that.
That was fine. Like, man, Schmidt can pitch.
Well,
Oh,
then-
I
Coach,
love.
So
Like,
then they-
he might not be
Yeah.
great ever at LSU, but the guy could pitch in the
Bullshit.
big
He's-
leagues.
yeah,
he's
he's
gonna
go-
be, like, he can pitch.
Yeah.
Like, he's got stuff.
If
that
it's not
makes-
this year, it'll be next year. He'll
And
win
here's-
15 games.
like, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Here's another guy that I was yelling about last year because I thought he was going to have a surprise at the end of the year because he tore his ACL before the season started. Is Devin Sheeran?
Sheeran.
He's throwing 100, and I was talking with Zack York. He goes, "If I was a righty, similar to like Coleman, like
Yeah.
coming from behind you, but he throws 100, and he throws harder than Coleman. You know, so they
It's
got
like,
guys.
So, and yeah, it's like, well, how can they not be good at some point as
Yeah.
they figure it out? Because when you start naming 10 guys, like he said, 1 through 10, man, you ain't got to have 10 guys to go, hold the trophy.
Right.
A lot of those teams win. I mean, there's been so many LSU teams that win with 5 guys that you can really count on.
Right.
You get 6 guys that you can
I
count
mean,
on.
think about 09.
No, 5
We had
guys. you
5
can count on.
guys.
5 guys
On
that
the-
you really go like, all right, we know.
Yep.
And, you had some other guys step up here or there.
Oh,
but,
yeah. Hey, Chad Jones.
Yeah. But do you think about that team? I mean, it was Renato, Coleman,
Austin Ross on
and-
Sunday.
and
would give
Austin
you-
Ross would pitch some.
Buzzy
but then-
Heidel.
But seriously, so you had to get Buzzy and Chad to step up late out of the bullpen, and then Nolan would give you some innings, and
Bertocini
Bird
would
pitch.
throw- yep.
But no, it was really Bertocini, Jones, and Matty Ott
Yep.
were the 3 guys really out of the
Out the
pen.
pen.
So there was 6 guys that you knew, and then other guys would here or there. Man, they got 12 guys that you can
12.
name on this team. They'll find 6.
It
They'll
feels
find
like
8.
It feels like, and obviously I haven't, but like if you go watch Tampa, and I've always said this, if Tampa Bay, right, if you're watching the way Tampa Bay constructs their pitching staff, and this is the last thing I'll say before we get to Ask Mikey and
Okay.
Mitch, but the way Tampa constructs it, you have the clock. They have pitchers that from both sides that have arm angles from top to here, right? So they are able to mix and match, and they're able to give you looks. They don't have just a bunch of guys that are throwing from over the top.
It all looks the same.
Or throwing a bunch of guys that have sinkers.
Yeah.
They have a lot of guys
You
that
saying
can do
LSU's
this.
got that too?
And LSU, I'm not saying they don't have a submarine guy,
Sure,
but
sure,
they
sure,
have.
sure.
I mean, you got Devin Sheeran throwing from here, and then you got
Rizzi.
Yeah.
who's the guy that he
Shit,
says
we
like
didn't talk about
that?
Rizzi.
Billy Wagner.
Yeah.
They have the lefty
lefty.
throwing, like it's just
What was his name?
You have Plot.
Plock.
Plock.
Think about those guys. We literally just named 12 guys.
Right. And so they have
And
have
nobody
the
believed
ability
him when
to
he
do
did that last year. He was like, I have 8 to 10 guys that I feel like I can throw out there. Like, you never have that many. It's like,
They
well, I
did.
have 10 to
And you
pick
don't.
from. Yeah, no, but
To be clear,
You don't.
You
there's
don't.
some of those guys we're talking about, and they'll put them out there, and you're like, oh man,
But
that
you-
guy can't ever get anybody out. We got to
Right.
move on from
Right.
that. But that's okay.
it's a lot easier to have, say, I think I have 10. Actually, it might be 7.
Right.
Than to say, I know, like, I think I have 6. Actually, I have 3.
Right.
That's right.
And so that's where you
Right.
kind of, and it's up to him. And he talks about the bullpen a ton because he knows how important it is, but he also does, he's trying to spin it in a way that these guys weren't coming out the pen and they think it's less than sometimes. And it's
Yep.
like, no, this actually might be more
Well,
important.
the bullpen saved them last year.
Yeah.
Well,
But he's
and
gotten that message
the
across to
bullpen-
be able to
Even with the
buy
2
in.
aces they have.
Yeah.
But nobody
I have.
talks about that in baseball so much. It's so true what he said. Like the games are actually decided at
Decided
the
later.
end.
Yeah.
No shit.
Like, you want, like that's simple. That's 2 plus 2, right?
Right.
Nobody's talking about the damn starters. It's like, no, who's going to close the games?
Right.
And that will be interesting to see on this team too. Who is the guy that's going to
I
close?
mean, how
the
many
game?
times have we seen a baseball game where the starter comes out and gives up a 6 spot in the first, and then he gets taken out the game, and that team ends up not scoring runs, and the bullpen comes in, shuts
College
them
baseball
down,
all the time.
and all of a sudth you look up and you're like, damn, the
6-4.
8th inning it's 7-6 or 6-6, and they got You win the game at the end.
I feel like Jay's teams are really good at that part too, man.
Yep.
You watching the game, they're down 5 in the second. They
Chip away,
right in the
chip
middle
away.
of that thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
That's where you
No
get
doubt.
comfortable.
Yep.
yeah,
No doubt. No doubt. All right, everybody relax. We're good.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. We're gonna get
We're
some
good.
runs.
All right, ask Mikey and
Ask Mikey
and McGee.
That's Mikey and McGee.
That's Mikey and McGee.
Remember Mikey McGee.
Mikey, Mitch, and McGee usually, but it's Mikey and McGee today.
Sometimes I get thrown in there.
Yeah, and Lloyd.
Yeah.
Eh.
A little
I
music
really
in,
want-
a little music in there. I like that.
Yeah.
Production. Ask Mikey and Mitch from Diamond Tiger.
Diamond Tiger.
We likely know Evans, Moore, and Schmidt throws the first 3 games. Who do you think throws Monday's game?
What did he say? You likely know?
We likely know.
These guys are plugged in.
So
Do we know? Because he's
No, we
like
do
being
not.
super. And bro, you could literally go 3 different. Like Evans is gonna pitch, but other than that, you could. Like, there's 9 guys that
So
could start.
let's do it this way.
So he's
first-
asking the 4th guy.
The first 4 guys, who do you think is going to start in the first 4 games? Whatever. Outside, I think Evans is Friday. But
He
other
said
than-
Moore and Schmidt.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
I think the Monday game is going to be Cooper Williams. I do.
It depends on what he wants to get him.
And that's the
into.
thing. It
And how
depends
he
on
wants
the
to,
matchup.
yeah.
We talked about that.
He said that. He said,
did.
man, depending on who we play.
Right.
Like what could
Because
be
that
out there.
Monday game, what he just said was like that's important for your
Oh,
RPI.
no
Like
doubt.
it's not just like let's roll the ball
Oh, yeah.
out there.
100%.
Like, oh, yeah.
We're trying to win. I mean,
trying to
obviously,
win.
we're trying to win every game.
No, but like it's important to win.
Yeah.
But that Monday game might be a tougher game than
Than
that
the
Sunday
Sunday
game
game. So do you-
they're on their Sunday guy and have ran through some bullpen.
Yep.
So
Correct.
he might in this scenario he might like Schmidt. I mean, I think Schmidt's gonna pitch that money game. He might like Schmidt as the 3rd guy, but might go with this is a better game for Schmidt and we could put him in the
Yeah.
fire a little bit.
Yeah.
Or he could think, man, this 3rd game is where we want to get Schmidt to
Yeah.
get some.
All
So who
depends.
knows?
Got options.
Got options.
Options.
You say Cooper Williams?
I think Cooper Williams is going to start the 4th game.
Cohen's just not, he's not a starter.
I think
option or not?
I think Cowan's going to be.
Is his name Cohen or Cowan?
Cowan.
I
Cowan.
love him, by the way.
Cowan.
He's great. First team all SEC preseason.
We just
Is he not going to pitch?
So he is, but I think he's going to be. And Jay loves that. He always
Long
has a
swing guy.
He wants that one guy, and he's that guy. I think he's the guy that's going to go. You're going to get me out of trouble, and you're going to bridge me to the end.
Sure.
When I need you, you're going to have starter
He's
innings.
first team
probably.
All SEC.
Yeah,
That's a good pitcher, man.
Because he was at sub-3 ERA last year, and everybody talked about how bad his last
well,
2
yeah,
outings
that's
were.
all that's what we remember is the
Like-
last thing that you saw until you. Why don't you? If you're just gonna remember the last thing you saw, why don't you go to Omaha and remember what he did there?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of outs for sure.
No doubt.
We like him.
Yep.
Ask Mikey and Mitch.
Nope. Mikey McGee.
Ask Mikey and McGee. Old habits die hard. What did I do with Twitter? Oh, here it is. What if there truly are no brakes on the Jay Johnson train? Not a question, just thought I'd read it.
Say that
From
one more
Shane.
time.
What if there truly are no brakes on the Jay Johnson train?
You know who he becomes?
He won't say it, and that's because he knows that's how much he gets it.
Now,
Because
and listen, I'm not saying this to make, because I don't even fall into this category. But what Skip did, going to Omaha 8 times in 10 years,
Yeah.
that may not ever happen again, right? Like that legendary.
The
it's
other
just-
teams are too. Good
and that's
now.
that's where I was getting at. This day and age of college baseball,
so hard to win.
it is. And I'm not saying those teams, all those teams that won, were all super talented and probably would win again.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not discrediting any of that. I'm not even discrediting it in 09. But the way that the amount of players that don't go to Major League Baseball that come to college now, the way Major League Baseball is structuring themselves, where they're not having as many minor league teams, the draft isn't. There's no 50 grounds anymore. You are getting more talent in college baseball than you've ever had before.
It's hard.
So it's hard. It's harder, right?
So let's be clear. Won 2 in the last 3 years.
He's won 2 in 4 years.
Okay.
He's been here.
If he won 1 in the next 10 years, that's Hall of he's
He already is Hall of
he's
Fame.
a Hall of Fame coach, right?
Right.
But that's three in the last 12 is just undoable. You can't
Correct.
do that anymore. So I hope everybody just calms down a little bit and doesn't expect him to win 2 every 4 years. And if he goes 6 years without winning it, people will get a little antsy,
Lost his
and it's
fastball.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's just insane.
I don't think you're going to see that run of Skip Bertman ever.
He can't do it.
It's too hard.
And boy, it'd be fun to sit up here and say that he did it. But if you think he's going to win 4 more in the next 10 years, man, that is Like they got to build a statue after
Right
the
next
second
to
one.
right next to Skip.
Right.
No, after
Just
the
be
second
leaning on the
one, like,
dugout.
just-
Yeah.
Well, it would be more impressive than what Skip did.
Correct.
If we're being real clear.
Well, then that's you have the conversation of somebody had to build it to build it.
And that's the thing. What Skip did was he built it, and he built
Sure.
college baseball into what it's become. Like he was the foundation.
It
of
still
that.
would be more impressive than what he did. I will stand by that because
because it's all, that's also Skip's fault because he made the sport so popular,
yeah.
and so other teams got good.
Well,
because
he
they're like,
overcame that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think about my good buddy Nolan Kane. I hope they win one at some point in Texas. Like, I'm
hopefully-
sorry.
Or just
maybe-
come on home.
Unless they're playing LSU
Or
in the
maybe
World
Nolan
Series, I'll
goes
root
gets
for-
a head coach and then he wins it when he's the head.
That's
head
fine.
coach.
That's
Somewhere.
fine.
Wherever.
Yeah.
Or just
And
come-
I probably shouldn't say it on this show, right?
No.
we like that.
Everybody knows our relationship with Nolan. Yeah.
But I think those guys are going to win at some point.
Yeah.
Because they just
Agreed.
those guys win.
And you know, history says that they are. They've won 7 in their history.
Yeah.
Like they're good. They haven't
they're
won
good
them in a
too.
long time. 05,
And
I
there's
think.
10
or
other
whatever.
good programs that could
Who?
win.
Texas?
Yeah.
That's where he is.
Yep.
Yeah, there's just so many good teams out there. It's
Yeah.
tough to win. So if there's no breaks on the train, that still could mean him winning 2 in the next 10, and he would be great.
Let's not forget Mississippi State. They have a national championship winning coach there now
Right there.
with resources now.
Hmm.
Like, they didn't use it in Virginia and still was able to win there.
Mhm.
So
Tennessee ain't going to go away overnight.
Yeah, I
ain't
don't
gonna
think
be
they're
as
going to
good.
be what they have.
No,
been.
not for the next 10 years, but
Yeah.
they can go away overnight.
Right.
Bet they run some good players out there this year.
No doubt. No doubt.
Bet they have a good ball club this year.
Arkansas ain't going away.
What?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Ole Miss is going to sneak up and bite some people like they always do.
Yeah. Hot take. Vitello's going to be the head coach at Arkansas one day.
Yeah.
Have we said that before?
I agreed. Because
No.
He goes and does that. If that doesn't
Doesn't
work
work out,
or
he's
doesn't
there.
feel good,
Next guy after Van Horn.
he's boom right in there.
Completely Completely
They
agree.
already got him a parking
They
spot.
probably they've already
He's
talked
got
to
the
him.
parking spot
They've
already.
already had the plan. Hey, it doesn't work out. This is where we're coming.
Yep.
Done.
You always have a job here if you want.
Yep. Done.
You were the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Next.
Ask Mikey McGee
That's good.
if you could compete in any winter Olympic event, what would it be?
Listen to me. In my lifetime, I've never skied in my life.
Mm.
Right? I want to. I think it's awesome. So I'm not familiar with the abilities that they have. But watching these people go down
The guys that are injecting their dicks.
a mountain and they're doing this whole like flying thing and they land it, or going down like the speed skate, like the speed ski thing. I don't even know what they're called.
You saying you want to do that?
Like that stuff would be crazy.
Yeah.
Like the what's the single, like the luge?
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah. I'll sign up to watch. I got no shot doing that. I don't want it.
And how about the ones that go up in the skis and they're doing like
Yeah, so
a
about
mile
running up the
run?
hill.
The guy ran a under 6 minute. Was it a sub
6
6?
minute mile.
That was insane.
He was
Going
running
uphill
12
with
miles
skis.
an hour with skis on.
That's impossible.
Unbelievable.
An Olympic
How about,
athlete.
and listen, this is not something I would ever do. Like, I'm not Blades of Glory, but like, how about the U.S. guy doing a backflip in the figure skating competition?
I didn't see that.
Oh my
I'm
god!
not a big Winter Olympics guy.
Me
I'm not
either,
gonna
but,
lie.
like,
I hadn't
it's
seen
crazy.
a lot. I hadn't seen a lot. Maybe it's because
Crazy. Maybe I'd be on the curling team.
I was
Yeah, I could
thinking
do that.
curling, but then it went. Maybe it's the cool runnings in me, but at the bobsled,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think I'd want to jump in the bobsled. Like that. That seems pretty cool. Did y'all see the?
That's a very a lot of track athletes
Get into that.
get into
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you
You know,
Lolo
LSU.
Jones did it.
Yeah.
Lolo did that.
You know, remember Sam McGuffey?
that name sounds familiar.
So he was
Wait,
like
the-
that white running back from Texas that was like that jumping over people, like
Yep.
kind of like when we're coming, like
Yep.
in
Yeah,
our
it was like
age.
at peak of YouTube.
And he ends up going to Michigan, and then he comes back down, ends up transferring to Rice. And I don't know why. Somebody had like on Twitter the other day had like posted like, you know, every now and then like the Noel Devine highlights would show.
Yeah.
And so they showed his highlight film. Like, where did this guy ever end up? And so I went through it, and it said 2018 Olympian in the
Bobsled.
bobsled.
How
I'm
about
like,
that? I love how you.
Crazy.
I love how you described them as the white running back. That was so good.
Hey.
There's like, I mean,
Because ain't that many of them.
and there's not many of them.
Let's
And this guy's jumping up, doing flips over people, and like that was before that was like everybody's trying to hurdle people. It was crazy.
That's good stuff.
And there's still Cody Paul. Do you remember him?
No.
He was the kid that he was like, he went viral on YouTube when he was like 10, and he was a white running back.
Oh yeah.
And he
Don't
was like,
remember.
I didn't
yeah.
know if you were saying he's a bobsled or a
The-
white running back.
No, I don't know what he's up to,
The-
but he
the-
was another one of those that people were like, "Oh, maybe this could be the next the Great White Hope."
The top
Never worked out.
highlight films I remember ever watching.
Reggie Bush in high school.
Reggie Bush, Noel Devine,
Mhm.
Sam McGuffey, and Joe McKnight.
Does anybody remember this guy? His name was Lavelle Hawkins.
Yes.
Everybody remember that?
Yes.
He played at LSU for
Yeah.
like 2 games, and then like he left. It's crazy. I was on my recruiting trip to LSU, and it was the first game of the year. And I remember we were after the football game somewhere. I don't know why we were over there, but he's walking out of the locker room. He's pissed off, talking to someone, and like literally saying out loud, "I'm leaving. Like I'm not gonna be." I bring this up because if you've seen his high school tape,
Ridiculous.
that's actually the best one I've ever seen. It's silly. Like it's
I'm
crazy.
gonna look it up. AJ Green had a good one too.
Good stuff.
Tavon Austin.
Tavon
also
Austin
very
was
good.
good.
But Lavelle Hawkins played with, well, for a day, Hester. And he said that he's from California.
Came from Cali.
Mm-hmm. And then
Took off.
First practice, he's like, this weather is unfucking believable. He's like, I'm not playing here.
Like, I don't
it was
wanna-
too hot.
He probably didn't work,
He went to Cal.
Yeah.
I'm going back home. But that's why
Did he ever make the NFL or anything?
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did. Played for the Titans, I think, for a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
He would always pop up and I would see him. I was like, oh, LSU, but never.
Yeah. One,
All right.
Yep.
Next question.
One game. See ya.
See, it's too
Maybe
hot.
2.
Too hot. Hated the fall. Oh, I was looking up this backflip. Hold on, let me get back to it. Profile.
What?
By the way, it's X, not Twitter. You keep saying that.
I don't
it throws
call
me
it.
off.
I don't.
You don't do that?
He refuses.
Oh, okay. I just knew there was something behind that.
It's Twitter. It's a better name.
I understand.
Ask Mikey and McGee. Sounds like a show. What role do you see John Pearson playing this year on both offense and
Whoa, we
defense?
didn't. Boy.
So
we didn't-
that's
I would have loved to talk to him about that.
because that's a question,
Yeah.
right? Like,
He feels like the
can
guy.
Gode play second? You know,
Yeah.
he can.
But he feels, and when you have a team like this, it feels like he's the guy that gets left out.
Unless he
Because-
ends up being the DH.
He's a pinch hitter. Like he's gonna. I think he'll be the guy that'll have some big at bats, and but
Yeah.
like it feels like he could get left out, man, because it's like, all right, well, defensively, we got other guy, we got enough bats in here because we got guys that can hit.
Right. Right.
I'd be interested to see.
But last year, every time he got up to bat, you felt like he was going to do something.
Oh, and,
like he was
and I think it's obvious Jay likes him,
Yep.
so maybe he'll force him out there. But man, that'll
His
be
brother
interesting.
brought him a lot of stock.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think look,
he might
I,
be a better hit. I mean,
I think
No, I'm just saying. I love the
And look,
Pearsons.
who's to say that he doesn't get an opportunity? Someone maybe goes down with injury, and he ends up never relinquishing the position.
I just think he's.
I don't know the line. Like you guys were talking about the lineup set, maybe besides the second, and Coach talked a little bit about the platoon. That sounded like he was talking about those 2 guys at second.
Yep.
And Tanner Reeves.
Okay, yep. And so then the Caraway guy's going to play third,
Mm-hmm.
Carraway's gonna play third, and
then-
then York's gonna play first.
and Milam's the shortstop.
And then I would imagine, so you have a DH spot. Then you got Mason Braun, DH. He loves Omar Cerna,
Yeah.
who he says he could potentially DH whenever. And
Arrambide
So
could do
in,
when
it.
it-
the, so
and
in the
Arrambide's playing.
DH role, go walk through those. So it's Cerna, it's Braun, maybe it's
maybe Pearson.
maybe Big Boy Pearson.
Yeah,
He's gonna play.
those
So
three.
there's
And then
3 guys.
and
So
who's to
the-
say that? Maybe there's somebody that we're not even on.
Yeah, so those 3 guys will get some at bats.
Eddie
then-
Yaman, Braden Simpson.
And
Yeah.
then it could be but Braden Simpson and whoever the 3 guys at second.
right.
So there's really 6 guys
Yeah.
fighting
two
for those
positions.
2 spots,
Correct.
which is good. And then you got the outfielders are just that's set from
Set.
the guys that are coming
Yep.
coming back.
Yep. Yeah.
Stanfield do it again, like you did it, or does he?
I hope. I think it didn't seem like what he did last year was like fluky. It didn't feel like he was like, man, he is like doing
He
something.
could have
that-
more.
Right. There, I think he has more in there.
Could have more. Yeah, because
You
it
know
felt
what I mean?
like, oh man, like
You thought it was gonna end at some point.
yes,
It never did.
and it never did.
Right.
So you're like, okay.
We did it for
Right.
the
And it
whole
wasn't
year.
like
But I don't know
man,
if that makes me feel like he ain't gonna do it again, or that makes you feel like there's more. I don't know.
But it wasn't like he was having at bats where he was like, oh, this guy has 8 homers, and like he didn't have a homer in his life, and he had this crazy year. It was like, no, he didn't have a bunch of homers, but he just had good at bats. He got on base, hit singles. I think
I like
I
him.
think that's doing me too. I think
I'm
he's
so
a great
excited he's
nine-hole
with
guy.
us. Yeah, great.
I think
Yeah,
he's
but
turns lineup over.
wouldn't surprise me if he hit 250 and someone else has to come in.
That's what we were kind of waiting for that other foot to drop all
Never
year
did.
last year. And
Yeah,
it's
but never
never
did.
happened.
Never
Yeah,
did.
so
And
maybe-
they love him.
maybe
The guys
yeah.
on the team love
They
him.
love him, yeah, and that goes a long way too.
Yeah.
Man, he's played a lot of ball, coach.
No doubt.
So
No doubt.
it'd be hard. I take that back. He won't hit.
No doubt. All right, a few more.
A few more.
Yeah. Remember, baby, I gotta.
Oh,
What-
ask
Flying by. What time is it?
7:06.
Mikey and
Whoa.
McGee. If you had the money,
You got a baby now. That's forget.
would you have a personal driver, or do you like driving your own vehicle?
Wow.
I mean, Baton Rouge.
I've actually thought about this. I do enjoy driving, But I have also there's also been when I'm driving, I think about a lot of work a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of
So
good
you
thinking.
want the driving.
So I want the driving part, but then I'm like, okay, how do I don't want to text and
No,
drive.
how much thinking could you do in the back seat? Though,
Correct.
dude?
Is it going to be the same? If it's the same,
It is.
I'd be like the Lincoln Lawyer.
It's actually better.
I'd be like the Lincoln Lawyer.
Yeah. It's better.
So I want a driver.
You want a driver.
Yeah. But in Baton Rouge, it's hard to have a driver.
Just no point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a helicopter here.
Yeah. But you know,
like-
there might be it's the, man, I got to go to New Orleans real quick for something.
Correct.
I need somebody to drive me there.
Correct.
It's not.
I could do work.
It's not down the street
No, right.
to corporate.
Yeah.
But it would be nice because it could be 45 minutes you could get work done.
Correct.
Because
You
you
do.
have no idea how long you're going to be in traffic here. You can be like, oh, I actually got a lot of work done because this place sucks.
That's true.
Yeah. Very interesting question
Yeah.
from this person. Drivers aren't that expensive, by the way. Like, I think you could go get that very quickly. Like, that's not like you don't have to have $6 million to do that.
Correct. I agree with that.
I mean,
I agree. I mean, think about that. If you have it, yeah. I
it's
mean,
really Uber. Like, if you Ubered every day, you wouldn't go broke.
Do they live with you?
correct. No.
No, you
They just
call
come pick you- they just come
got
pick you?
cell phones.
You own the car, and they just drive your car that you own.
How'd they get there?
2026,
They
dude.
drop their car off at your house and they
Have you
take
ever
your
seen
car?
Lincoln Lawyer?
No.
They have their own cars, and he drives his Lincoln.
You think you're just gonna put him up at the house?
I don't know. I mean, turtle.
The driver?
Turtle's different. That's part of the squad.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Well, that's what I would want.
Yeah,
Like one of my
that's a
boys to do
different
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
Different conversation.
Very interesting question.
Yeah, that is. I actually enjoyed that question.
With the life knowledge you have about sports, are you
Okay.
going to push your kids to a specific sport? Like something less physical and easier to compete in? Like golf?
What?
I love golf. And
It's not easy. But what?
It's not easy.
It is
I will
less
push
physical.
him. I will push him to play golf because it is a mental. But he is playing every. I want him to play every sport. I'm gonna push him to play as many as he wants. Specifically football. I learned so much about myself playing football. Like, yeah,
I can't wait for Mikey's
If
kid
he
to not
doesn't,
like
if he
sports
wants
at
to
all.
play sports,
It's okay if they
Yeah.
don't.
I know, but he's not going to let it have me
No,
decide.
I mean, if he doesn't like sports, he doesn't like sports. But like, if he
He's
likes
gonna make him
sports,
play every sport.
if he
specifically
likes
football.
sports, I'm going to push him to play as many as he wants to play.
No, you can't make them play, dude. And I'm learning that with my 10-year-old, and it's so much more powerful when they say, "Hey, I want to
I
get
don't like
good at
those.
Yeah, right.
Or
No, it's powerful.
Is he doing that now?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that
it."
awesome?
I've just always said, like, I think,
Let it happen when it happens.
yeah, and I think development of being an athlete feels like it's slower than his buddies because it's like, man, you hadn't worked at it, and it's a good lesson to say, like, dude, they're outworking you,
Right.
and so if you want to get better, you can work at it, but it's not my job to go get in the yard. You got to say, let's go.
When
do
did
it.
he come to you?
It's
and say-
starting to happen. Yeah, like in the last 6 to 12 months.
And have you seen the difference of
Oh,
like?
good God!
Yeah,
In the
how
last
awesome
12
is
months,
that?
he's such a.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
better player.
But it's not. You can't. I just always said I was not going to be that person to say, man,
Right.
you got to get out here. That's
Well, and that's not. I'm not going to do that either because I've seen how
Todd Marinovich.
Hollander works with Hudson.
Yeah.
Right. Hudson wants it,
You
but
got-
Hudson wants it because he's seen his dad enjoy it and like from a young age, and he's seen me, and he's so like that's kind of how this is what I like, and if my son is just around it and just happens to like it as much as I do from a young age, that'd be great.
That's right.
But I'm not going to push him to
But
it.
they got to tell you they want to go do it, or it ain't
Correct.
gonna be
It's not
sustained
gonna work.
anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
They'll
Or
burn
you're
out.
not going to have the energy to keep doing it, and if they don't want to go,
Yeah, I
do
feel like
it,
I'm doing
Correct.
it for you.
yeah,
Like,
good God, no.
oh.
But
Correct.
the staying away from the physicality of football, it's just that's wild. I mean, I think
You need it.
the hard things that you have to do to play football.
Correct.
What I don't think people talk about enough is that also develops the body and mind as well.
Correct.
And when you're doing hard things, your mind is actually developing, and then your mind won't quit when you have other hard things happen
Correct.
in your life.
Because you can't.
That's 2 + 2.
And
And so, let's shield them from doing the hard thing that is football because they might get hurt. It's like, all right, we can't shield them from their life. So,
correct. And the other thing is when you play football, especially I started playing tackle football at 9 years old.
Yep.
I was terrified. Like you're having pads on, you've never done it. Like I'm playing against older kids. I'm terrified of getting hit, and you have to get past that.
That's right.
And like that's that.
And then think
Yeah.
about anybody here that I'm gonna forget this guy's name. Curry, I think his name, old coach. He coached at Alabama, North Carolina, somewhere. I forget his first name, but he's got this speech where he talks about the huddle. You guys ever heard that? And he just talks about what happens in the huddle, and he talks about how diverse the huddle is, and everybody bleeds the same, and everybody sweats the same. And you can go get a guy from California, you get a guy from backwoods Alabama, and you put them in the same huddle, and the smell's the same, and those guys become one. And instead of not being in football, we probably need more of that in the world than less
I love
of
that.
it.
Love that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Curry, look that up.
Especially when-
Coach
I'm
Curry,
I'm gonna look at
the
it.
huddle. I'll send it to you, boys.
Especially
later.
when you're bad at the sport and you still play it.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have been out there at all.
Yeah.
But it's
You're
hard.
there. You're in there.
had
Sports
to.
or that sport, Lloyd?
That sport.
Oh, okay.
I was just, not the biggest. Very white. But I had to play skilled
It's a bad-
positions
it's a
because it's
bad-
Menard.
That's a bad.
Oh, we got his white boys.
I know, but that's a bad recipe for football.
For DB.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, any position of football, just unathletic. You know,
Not unathletic. It's like a
Sorry.
worse version of Julian Edelman.
Wow.
Good catch.
That's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good hand. You have good hand-eye
Yeah,
coordination.
and I knew it to sit in the zone.
That's
We're not
good.
taking the top off the defense.
That's good.
Two more.
Two more.
Okay, I'll
Two
save
more.
this
2
one
minute
for,
warning.
I'll save this one for last then. A couple of super chats. New hype video. I'm getting there early. Oh, yes, that's good. I get my blood flowing. Catch a curveball, $5. Starting at 1919, they argued that the 2009 outfield was the best LSU outfield of all time. YouTube podcast, February 10, 2026. The Go Team.
Wait.
You're
just
talking
not-
so fast.
Yeah,
what are you trying to get us
yeah,
to
can
hear
you
there?
can
I'm
you
just reading the super chats
I know.
because I appreciate when people super
Right,
chat.
so
someone
what did
said-
he say? What did he
about
say?
the 2009? What is he
He
saying?
said that there's a podcast, the Go Team, that has an argument that the
Okay.
2009 outfield is the best outfield
I
of all
would-
time.
I
because
would-
People are saying 2026 might be the best outfield of all time.
Look, and they're good.
Interesting.
I would put our outfield up against anybody.
Yeah, I know you would. You should.
Let's be fair. Like there's a 2 first-round draft picks and a
third-rounder.
third-round draft pick.
And 2 third-rounders. Because if you count
And
Schimpf,
Shimp's out there in big league, so 2 guys.
3
play-
big leaguers. Or 2 big leaguers and 2 first-rounders.
Yeah, that ain't in this outfield.
Right.
Do y'all think so? It ain't those guys that are out there for them. I don't think that.
I think Jake Brown and Curiel potentially.
Curiel's to me, Drake Brown maybe.
Yeah.
Seinfeld. I don't
Right.
know. We're talking about those things for them.
Right.
So no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
26 and 09.
And that's talk about 09. This is Leon third-round draft pick, 12 homers on the bench.
Right.
Ryan
Yeah,
Schimpf ended up going to play left field with 22 homers.
Yeah, couldn't get off. Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Good outfield.
I'm biased, but I
I think people liked
good.
it.
DJ
Worked.
LeMahieu would hit 7th in that lineup sometimes. That's
Yeah.
what people like, and that's
Silver Slugger?
That's another conversation. Maybe
Yeah,
that
yeah,
might have been a mistake, but
yeah, 2 silver sluggers
yeah, that might have
or
been
2 batting champs.
We might want to rethink that, but still, like that's how good that lineup was, and
Yeah.
that guy's, that guy was borderline almost Hall of Famer.
I mean, that was
Let's talk about the old
Hey,
days.
yo,
Next
hey,
question.
hey, you won.
Next question.
What do you
Whatever
want?
happened, it worked. Last one up. Ask McGee,
Oh wow.
is Javi Sanchez getting ejected of the UCI Irvine Super one of the wildest crash outs you've ever seen?
Wow. Why ask me that? Who asked that?
Because you were on the team, I wasn't.
Change your curveball.
Oh, wow.
Because I was not.
Um,
That's a fan right there, and he knows.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't. No, it was not Wildest Crash.
'Cause that was
It
a hidden ball
well-deserved.
trick, right?
Yes. It was actually
Mike Hollander got into that too, right?
it was
Didn't he?
well deserved,
Yep.
and it was the most criminal thing I've seen on a baseball field that I've been. It was the guy didn't see it.
No.
The guy it physically didn't see the play and turned around and threw up.
And
his
nobody, he was on the back.
and quite frankly could have cost us the ability to go to the College World Series.
Right.
Because that game, we were on the 23-game winning streak, and that game was getting tight. Momentum was on our side. The box was getting there. And we had won that game 15 times in that winning streak, where we were down 3 or 4 runs and
Yeah.
come back. We had done that, and that was about to happen. And then they beat us that night, and then the next day they were up on us,
They tried it again.
Yeah, but the next day they're up on us in the 8th.
Yep.
And like
And
we're
then the
like,
box happened.
yeah, but like things were tight, but that could have turned the whole
Yeah.
season. That was criminal. So no, it was not the wildest crash. It was very well deserved. And Javi just didn't have that about him at that time. And like if at that point in his baseball career, even if you're on the team, he had been so reserved. Like it was like you could never see him doing that, but it was well deserved that he did that.
Yeah.
But it shows you how criminal it was with the one person you don't
No,
expect
like
to do it. He was like, "Oh, this
I've
can't
talked
happen."
it was almost like he was like, I blacked out running out there. It's like I just could not let that happen. Like I saw what happened. I was like, I've got to physically stop it. It's like you see your kid in trouble,
Right.
and you got to like go like I got to physically stop this. Like I'm gonna go beat this guy up.
This is wrong.
Yeah, like
Fix
this
it.
is wrong. You can't do this.
Fix
to
it.
us. Yeah,
You can't.
No, you're not gonna fix it, and then you throw your hat. You know.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
that was really a cool moment that he threw his hat. Not cool that the guy did that. That was crazy.
It's one of the wildest things to go back and watch. Because
Do you know who it happened to?
DJ.
TJ LeMay, yeah.
Yep.
Who's one of the most aware human beings on planet Earth, which is crazy because he actually got back on the bag and everybody else would have been out.
Yeah.
He like felt the guy and got back on the bag actually, which was
And then they
a
try
pretty
to do
cool
it the
play.
next game like, to Hollander, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is that what and that's when Hollander
Yeah.
called? You know,
Yeah,
the
use,
whole
some,
deal.
use some foul language. I've tried to stop. And to this day, Mike will use that language about those people. Sincerely.
With all due respect.
Yeah, with all due
Yeah.
respect, they
Yeah.
just
Well, I said with all due respect.
Yeah, right.
But it is wild to go back and watch that play, knowing what to look for and look at the umpire. Because now that you know he's not looking, he's not paying attention.
he's not.
And he just go.
turns around, and throws.
Yeah, because he
That's
gets
like-
convinced.
That's like that's equivalent to like when you don't have enough umpires. It's like I guess this usually happens in high school baseball when you have the 2 umpire crew and the guy cuts the third base bag
Yes,
on purpose.
my favorite part of the whole thing, and we'll move on from it. When Coach gets out there and Javi's already out of the game, Coach is like holding his hat down on his head, and it feels like he wants to throw it so bad, but no, he can't. You guys remember him? He's like literally the guy. He would talk to the guy, and he would like hold his hat, and he's like forcing it down on his head because he wants to take it off and slam it at the guy's feet too. And he's like,
I can't get tossed.
I know that's
Yeah.
going to give you tossed.
Yes, he's like, I want to throw my hat at this guy, but I can't. And then he'll take it off, and the guy says something stupid again, and he's like, this, like, just go back and watch it. It's so good. He grabs his hat so many times, like forcing it down. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Last one up. Fonz at the buzzer. McGee, what's the loudest pop you can remember at the box?
He's asked us this last time.
Yeah. Old or new?
Oh, that's good.
You want me to tell you what I said?
Yeah, okay.
Give you a little, maybe jog the memory. Jared said the Irvine
Mm-hmm.
whenever like y'all made that comeback in game 2. I said when I the biggest pop I remember is the regional game against Baylor.
Yep.
When Nola got the base
the
hit up
middle.
the middle.
Yep.
Because like it was a 2-1 game or whatever it was that won the game for us.
Yeah, both of those came to mind. I feel like there was and I'm not just talking about us. I feel like there was and I was trying to remember. I feel like there was a moment in recent history in the last couple of years, some moment in the postseason where I remember being in there thinking, "Oh my God, this place is electric." But when I was there, it's between the 2008 second game, but man, in the third game when we hit the back-to-back, I think it was 3 home runs.
Yep.
Like the second one that we hit, I remember the place at good.
Yeah.
You can't even describe it.
Yeah.
But I think that and those 3 stand out to me. That one when we make the comeback, because there's not really a moment in the comeback.
It's a build up.
It's a build up,
Yeah.
and there wasn't like this one. Like the one biggest moment in it was probably when we chopped the ball over the guy's head. Sean chopped the ball over the guy's head, and that's like that wasn't this like crazy moment. I think it's probably that homers, those 3 homers that we were hitting.
Yeah.
But that one,
that was a big one.
yeah,
Because people remember like, oh, there was a 3 seed, but but they had I think 3 guys on that team that made it to the big leagues, and they were supposed to be good. They all got hurt, and they got back at the end of the year, and they barely made it to the postseason.
that same game, Renato goes out there.
14 punchies or 15
he goes
punchies.
out there like in the 8th and goes. He like strikes out the side. So the last guy, that was a pretty big pop
Yep.
there too. So those
Yep.
are some that come to
Yeah.
mind, man. Pretty
Yep.
special place, I think.
Special.
Yep.
All right.
Ready for it.
We got quick
Quick.
mistake of the day
Yes.
and curtain calls.
Quick mistake of the day here. Our favorite resident
With a lot of clicking over there.
Barstool. I have to copy it over. Ben Mintz never seems to outdo himself. As I don't know what your thoughts on plane etiquette are, but if you saw somebody doing this on an 18-hour flight to Turkey, I just don't know if that's the move. And so he's got posted on the internet. And
he's just laying down on the flight to Turkey? Mm-hmm. What's he going to do, get a hair transplant?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
But he's all the way in the aisle and laying on somebody else. And
that's a random person?
No, works with it, but he didn't know he was doing that. He doesn't know him like that. But I just thought it was interesting.
Y'all don't like that? You think that's a mistake from doing that?
What a guy.
Yeah, I don't think you can...
How long's that flight? No one cares, man. That's fine.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I don't mind.
He's got to get crushed by the cart. Right? Like
that's the problem.
Yeah. That's where
people are in and out going to the bathroom on a flight
shoes
like
off.
Oh, no, he's in the aisle.
That's what I'm saying. He's in the aisle.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's like she can't move the car.
Yeah, that's a tough
Kids
situation.
can't go to the bathroom.
Tough situation.
Yeah, and they're probably feeding you dinner on that flight, too.
Not good.
Yeah, it's just always something.
Yeah,
I always like to keep up with him.
It's a good curtain call. I mean, that's a good
mistake.
Let's take that day. Curtain call. You got one?
Curtain call, yes. And this could have been a mistake of the day also. There is a fan of Manchester United, soccer team, that is vowed to not cut his hair until they win, I believe, 5 games in a row. They had won 4 going into today. They tied, and so he hasn't cut his hair in like 10 years.
Wow.
So
Look
he's
at that.
still waiting.
Blow it on the whistle, man. Come on.
That's tough. That's a tough look.
Yeah, that's just,
That's a tough look.
That's not really conducive to,
Sex life?
mating.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some things are bigger than sports.
That's
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe, not to him.
Not for this guy.
But whenever this came out, I hadn't seen a picture of him.
Yeah.
Hair could be worse.
Curtain call. Coach of the Seahawks, McDonald.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's a psychopath.
But the
Tells?
no, like the route.
Yep.
The
Like, was it like 11 years ago he was an intern?
yeah, but like I read an article where they were talking about the story of it where he started. It was like he was at Georgia. It was a like undergrad was
GA.
a GA, and just like kept showing up. Like, hey, we don't really have a spot for you. Just kept showing up, and then they finally put him in a spot.
11 years later.
Could have took a job. I read in the article they were talking about could have took a job with one of these accounting firms, make $55,000 a year, which he thought was a bunch at that point, and said, no, I'm going to go do this, and just incredible stuff.
38, right?
Didn't play in college.
Crazy.
Like blew his knee out junior year in high school, didn't play past then, or maybe it was senior year, and then now he's a Super Bowl winning head coach. So curtain call to that. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Did you see them talking
Sam
on the
Darnold
sidelines?
getting married too in a month after.
Sam Darnold was part of that curtain call, is winning it after everything he's done. Yeah.
Yep. Mikey, curtain call.
That was it. Sam Darnold.
Oh, God, I took yours. Sorry.
No, Sam Darnold, not McDonald.
Okay, well, I just was.
Yeah, just part of.
I read your mind.
That's my cop out for.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, I was going to
Sam
give
Darnold.
Here.
Yeah,
There you go.
there you
I have
go.
one set up for you. The letter.
The letter.
The letter.
Curtain call.
Utilize that Friday.
Gets it.
Yep. See you
That's
on
good.
Friday.
That's right.
All right. I
Good
gotta
show.
get home to the baby.
What's
Feeding
for
time.
dinner?
Milk.
Don't know.
Milk probably
Do
for the
not-
baby. Oh,
Have you seen that about milk? That all these people are like making their kids drink milk more because Big Milk is making a comeback, but all these kids are getting like they're tall now.
Like, wait,
they
milk
were-
or like their mom's milk?
No, just milk.
No,
Big
he's
milk.
he's further down the line than you are. Today, you just
I can't
Mom-
be giving
Mama's
Mother's
taking care of
milk.
it.
I can't
Yeah.
give him.
He's
I
talking
can't
about
be
when you
giving
go
John
to-
Michael whole milk right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Well, maybe he's saying that's what you should do.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, say don't let him stop drinking.
I've
milk.
also seen that there's a big market online for these like people who are weird that buy
milk.
frozen breast milk.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
real.
a big market.
Yeah,
Are you stocking up?
Yeah.
We're
but
not breastfeeding,
We playing
so-
that game.
Oh,
We're
okay.
we're formula family right now.
Yeah.
So
Formula Family.
yeah.
Formula
FF.
Family One.
FS. That's it.
Formula One.
Well, this is fun.
This is great. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too. Thanks for coming in.
It's nice to have somebody in studio.
Listen.
Yeah.
Anytime. Even with Jay on the show, I would love
Yeah.
you. This baseball season. This is good.
Yeah,
It
you
flows
guys
well.
got babies and stuff too, you know,
Flows
so
well.
you need a little help.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good stuff.
We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you can't watch us, but you like listening to us or anywhere you get your pods. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you on Friday before the game. Fantasy baseball draft. LSU. We fantasy baseball draft LSU team.
Wow.
Yeah, we did last year the first time.
Nice.
Jay Mitch won. I came out last, but
Wow.
It was close.
It was close. I was in
Nice.
first whole year until then.
Smart.
Yep.
Good.
We appreciate y'all. See you on Friday. Love y'all.
Yep.
Peace.